So far during the show, we've talked about some of the exciting game releases that are still ahead of us. But if you're someone who's itching to get their hands on a new game right now, you're in luck.
Yes, 2018 as a whole was an amazing year for games, from start to finish. We saw so many developers break the mold and innovate in awesome ways.
Yeah, right? We got to wrap up the year with a lot of great games. So let's take some time to talk about some of December's releases, starting with a trio of rhythm games that puts a unique spin on the Persona franchise. First up, we've got Persona 3 Dancing in Moonlight.
The Persona dancing games are actually rhythm games, which is not the norm for the Persona series.
Yeah, so in this one, you get to return to the world of Persona 3 and relive cherished memories with 25 of the game's most memorable songs.
Emotional music can definitely tug at your heartstrings.
Right?
So the way they've incorporated the soundtrack from the original game is awesome.
Yeah, and something that I think Persona fans will really love about these games is the social mode that they include. Social mode gives you the opportunity to share more intimate moments with the characters you know and love and gain a better understanding of them on a more personal level.
Yeah, I think social mode definitely provides some nostalgia for longtime fans. Persona 5 Dancing in Starlight was also released last month, and it has its own social mode too, which is cool.
Yes, as you might have guessed, the cast of Persona 5 and some of the best songs on the game's soundtrack return in this one. And just like in Persona 3 Dancing in Moonlight, this game features multiple difficulty levels, costumes and accessories to collect, fever mode, and of course, a lot of dancing.
Yes, and you can choose between English and Japanese voiceovers, and both games also include PlayStation VR mode. And I feel like that's really important, being able to switch between the English and Japanese voices, because, I mean, everyone wants to see their characters, how they've played them in their games.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, if you're a huge Persona fan and you're looking to snag both of these games and Persona 4 Dancing All Night, this next bundle is for you. It's Persona Endless Night Collection.
It includes physical versions of Persona 3 Dancing in Moonlight and Persona 5 Dancing in Starlight, additional downloadable characters, and an exclusive collector's box. You'll also get a full game download of Persona 4 Dancing All Night, which is the only way to get the game for PS4.
All right, so now let's shift gears completely and move from dancing to rolling up any and everything into a giant ball.
Yes, if you think that sounds kind of crazy, you're probably right. But that's always been what gives the KATAMARI games their charm. And now we get to experience the absurdity all over again in KATAMARI DAMACY REROLL. So the original beloved roll-em-up game that released in 2004 is back in HD glory with fully updated graphics and completely recreated cutscenes. And this time, it's on the Nintendo Switch.
And I love that this game is super easy to control, so anybody can pick up and play it. You don't even need to use the buttons. You can move the KATAMARI around by using only the analog sticks or Joy-Con motion controls.
And here's how the game works. You roll around and collect as many objects as you can and grow your KATAMARI to complete levels. But here's the catch. The objects have to be smaller than your KATAMARI in order for them to stick to you.
And you can also like bang into walls and stuff and have stuff fly off, so you gotta be careful. And as you progress, you'll also get to experience a wacky, fun, hilarious story that is truly unlike any other. And you can also team up with a friend and play on multiplayer mode by using 2 Joy-Cons.
Physical copies are selling out fast, so if you can't get your hands on one, make sure you talk to a guest advisor about buying a digital copy. All right, so now we're going to a completely different direction here, from a lighthearted, goofy experience to a game with a story that may actually bring tears to your eyes.
Yeah.
We've got to talk about Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek.
Yeah, definitely. When I first played Hello Neighbor back in 2017, I was absolutely terrified of the neighbor. I thought he was just this weird, creepy guy who had strange things in his basement, and I never would have imagined that he was just a nice, loving dad with adorable kids at one point. So this is a prequel to Hello Neighbor that provides some backstory on the dramatic things the neighbor went through that shaped him into who he is.
In the original game, you had to break into the neighbor's house to figure out what sort of sinister things he was doing there. And one of the creepiest things about this stealth horror game is that the neighbor has self-learning AI. So he pays attention to where you escape from and what paths you follow, and he takes steps to prevent you from using those routes when you return to his home.
He's really smart. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And that advanced AI that you're talking about is back in the prequel, along with 5 fantasy worlds to explore.
Yeah. All right, so if you love retro games or even just PlayStation in general, you need to check this out. This is the PlayStation Classic system. Now, this is a mini recreation of the PlayStation console that so many of us have fond memories of. It features the same famous logo, button layout, and outer packaging. And it's kind of adorable.
It's so adorable. And it comes loaded with 20 classic fan favorite games and an HDMI cable, so it's super easy to connect it to your TV.
You also get 2 wired controllers, so you can get cozy on the couch with your friends and family and jump into some local multiplayer right away.
Which is always great. Everything we just showed you is available now, so you can pick up your very own PlayStation Classic or any of the games we just talked about at your local GameStop store or at GameStop.com today. And remember, you can always ask a guest advisor if what you're looking for is available pre-owned to save yourself some money.
All right, it's time for us to take a quick break, but we've still got a lot more GameStop TV ahead. We'll be right back.